Matt, it was a do-or-die situation, and you knew the crowd was going to be a factor. What do you think the difference was in the first 20 minutes?
Well, they played very well. We didn't, and it was a bad combination, and it's obviously not what any of us expected, but they had a good start. They got the one to go, and then they just kind of snowballed it from there, and then did a good job of shutting down the game, and their goalie played well, but yeah, they just came out ready to play and jumped on us.
When you look back at the series, very competitive throughout most of it. This night, certainly not one of the competitive games, but how big a difference was it not to have Ryan Suter coming in and then losing Zach Parise once the series started?
Yeah, those guys are hugely valuable players to our team, and I think as a group we all hoped we could carry the mail here for a little bit until they got back, or at least to kind of put on a good showing, and obviously we weren't able to get it done. We didn't have enough.
A lot of young players that all spoke to a man about how much they relied on you for leadership, shift by shift, day by day throughout this season. What was it like to be one of the mentors to those young players that came up and certainly made some strides?
Yeah, I think that means a lot. When you look back on your career, I think you look at different guys that you can influence and help, and sort of the legacy you leave behind. And a lot of guys helped me along the way. I know I wouldn't be here without a lot of those guys. So it's definitely nice to repay the favor, and it's kind of how the league works, And we got a lot of good young kids here, and I think the future is bright for a lot of them. So it's fun to be able to help.
Not sure you can answer this, but every Wild fan certainly thinking it right now. Where is Matt Cullen next year?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to go home here and get some time with the family and let the emotions die down. Obviously, everything's pretty raw right now, and had no other thoughts other than trying to get this back home to Minnesota for Game 6. So obviously, it's a decision that deserves plenty of time and thought, and I just haven't given it any here this season, and just tried to enjoy the last stretch here and make the most of it. And it's a disappointing finish, but we'll take some time, like every important decision, and go over it as a family and pray about it a lot and make the right decision.
Just love watching you compete. Thanks for having that conversation tonight.
Thanks.
What a class act, Matt Cullen, folks. And believe me, on the ice he was rock solid. Behind the scenes, off the ice, you couldn't find a better leader in that room than number 7.